Artificial intelligence can now write code for rockets, diagnose diseases from medical scans, and generate art that sells at auctions. But here's the weird part. Robots still can't safely pick up a wet glass. We've been watching stunning robot videos for years, hearing promises about humanoids that will revolutionize our lives. Yet they're nowhere near doing our laundry or washing dishes. What's holding them back? Think about what happens when someone blindfolds you and hands you different objects. A silk ribbon, a glass ball, a pine cone. Instantly, you know what you're holding and exactly how to handle it. Your fingers tell you everything. The texture, the weight, whether something is slipping. You don't think about it, your body just knows. Now imagine doing the same task wearing thick winter gloves. Suddenly everything feels the same and you're fumbling around hoping you don't drop anything. That's exactly how most robots experience the world today. They're essentially wearing gloves all the time. Companies like Tesla have been trying to solve this by making robots see better. Their Optimus bot can move eggs from a carton to a fridge, which looks impressive. But here's the catch. It won't feel a crack in the shell. When the robot grips something, its own hand blocks the camera view and its main sense, vision, goes partially blind. Tesla's force sensors can detect pressure at around 1 to 2 newtons, roughly the weight of a small apple. Figure and 1X Neo robots have similar sensitivity at about 1 newton. This is like trying to thread a needle while wearing those winter gloves we mentioned earlier. It works for simple, repetitive tasks in controlled factory environments, but the moment you need genuine dexterity, the whole system falls apart. The robotics industry has known about this problem for years, but solving it is brutally difficult. You need to build sensors that can actually feel contact, collect meaningful data from physical interactions, and then turn that data into something robots can learn from. Most teams haven't even attempted this because each step is a nightmare of engineering challenges. Enter Daimon Robotics. While everyone else was chasing flashier demos and media attention at CES 2026 in Las Vegas, this Hong Kong company born from the University of Science and Technology was quietly showing off something revolutionary. They built the first complete system for training robots with tactile intelligence, and the specs are genuinely mind-blowing. Your fingertip has about 240 sensory points per square centimeter. That's enough to feel the edge of paper or the smoothness of glass. Daimon's DMTAC sensors pack in 40,000 tactile sensing elements per square centimeter. That's not a typo. 40,000. The difference is like comparing pixelated video games from the 1990s to modern 4K graphics. But here's where it gets really interesting. These sensors can measure force changes down to 0.1 newtons. That's literally the weight of a couple of matchsticks. Remember how Tesla and Figure operate at 1 to 2 newtons? That's the weight of a chocolate bar. This massive gap in sensitivity means a robot with DMTAC sensors can feel the difference between silk and cotton, detect when something is about to slip before it actually does, and adjust its grip with surgical precision. We're talking about robots that could safely handle a kitten or gently insert contact lenses. Industries that need delicate touch, like assembling microelectronics or sorting fresh berries, suddenly become possible. But sensitivity alone isn't enough, and Daimon knew this. When you teach a child to tie their shoes, you take their hands in yours and guide them through the motions. They learn by feeling what you're doing. Robots need the same thing. That's why Daimon created the world's first teleoperation system with real tactile feedback. Their DMEXton2 system lets a human operator control a robot remotely while the robot records everything, not just what it sees, but what it feels. Motion data, force control, tactile feedback, all captured during real physical interactions outside sterile lab conditions. Here's how it works. When you control the robot and it grips an object, you actually feel the resistance through the control interface. The system becomes stiffer as the robot applies more force. You're not just watching the robot work, you're feeling what the robot feels. This is critical because it means human intuition and years of physical experience get digitized into high-quality training data. The robot records visual information, motion trajectories, applied forces, tactile signals, even the tiny micro-corrections you make instinctively. This is the gold standard data that the robotics industry has been desperate for. A robot trained on this kind of information doesn't just memorize movements, it actually learns the physics of interaction. Speed matters too. If a robot detects a slipping glass after 100 milliseconds, that glass is already falling. Daimon's system operates at 1000 Hz, which means a response time of just 1 millisecond. The robot can react and correct before a small mistake becomes a disaster. The DMEXton2 also features 3-gear motion scaling modes. Need to move a heavy box? That's one setting. Picking up a delicate crystal glass? Different mode. Threading a needle? There's a third option for maximum precision. It comes in 2 configurations. A backpack version for mobile data collection in dynamic environments, and a stand-mounted version for fixed workstations. Teams can choose what fits their workflow. What makes this truly game-changing is Daimon's 3D strategy. Device, data, deployment. First, the hardware layer. Tactile sensors, greepers, and teleoperation systems that let robots physically interact with the real world and receive meaningful signals. Second, data. Tightly synchronized, well-labeled information generated during actual physical tasks, including force, tactile feedback, motion, and visual data. Third, deployment. Train models working in real environments where they accumulate new experiences, improve through interaction, and feed that experience back into the learning loop. This creates a closed-loop system where every real-world interaction becomes training material, every new skill can be repeated and scaled, and every movement is a step toward genuine robotic capability. Most humanoid robots today are beautiful demos that look incredible on stage, but can't function reliably in the messy real world. Daimon isn't building robots for tech conferences. They're building infrastructure that teaches robots how to work through real physical experience. This is the missing piece. We've spent years wondering why robots are unassembling smartphones or helping around the house, despite having powerful AI and amazing cameras. The answer isn't weak artificial intelligence or insufficient computing power. It's that robots have been missing the ability to feel contact with the world and learn from it. They know how to see and how to move, but without understanding force, resistance, and touch, they can't be reliable or truly useful. Daimon is closing that gap by solving the hardest problem in robotics. Teaching machines to understand physical contact and convert that sensation into data they can learn from. Their tactile sensors give robots precise understanding of force and pressure. The DMEXton2 system transfers human experience to robots as real tactile and force data. The closed loop makes learning continuous and scalable. This is the moment when robots stop being experiments and start becoming actual tools in everyday life. And that future is closer than you think. Write down your questions and comments in the details section of this video. Like and subscribe for similar robotics and AI content. Then watch the next AI-related video that will appear in front of you soon. See you over there.